You know, I've seen some strange things online. Conspiracy theories, secret bunkers, UFOs, you name it. But when I first heard about a town that actually elected a dog as mayor and kept doing it for decades, I thought, there's no way that's real. But it is. And not only is it real, it might be the most wholesome political story I've ever come across. No lies. No scandals. No campaign slander. Just wagging tails and unconditional love. At first, I thought this was just a quirky, small-town joke. But the more I looked into it, the more it started to feel like a statement. Like maybe this tiny town in Kentucky figured something out the rest of the world forgot. So today, I want to take you on a trip, not just into a weird piece of history, but into a town that made a choice to be different. To elect love. Literally. This is the story of Rabbit Hash. The town that accidentally elected a dog as mayor. And then never looked back. Imagine a place where elections don't end in shouting matches, court cases, or scandals. Where every vote isn't bought with promises but with laughter. Where the leader of the town doesn't lie, cheat, or steal because he literally can't. He's a dog. This isn't fiction. It's not satire. It's 100% real. This is the story of Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. A forgotten speck on the map that made global headlines not once, but again and again for electing dogs to be mayors. Not mascots. Not symbols. But actual, beloved town leaders. And what started as a joke became a legacy. This is a story about rebellion, about unity, about a town that said, screw politics, we choose love. Fur and all. But how did it all begin? How did a town actually end up with a Labrador holding the top office? To understand that, you have to go way back, to a town most people didn't even know existed. Nestled along the bend of the Ohio River, Rabbit Hash looks more like an old postcard than a modern town. There are no malls, no chains, no traffic lights. Just a general store, a few homes, a handful of old folks, and about 300 residents who don't care what the outside world thinks. Founded in the early 1800s, Rabbit Hash got its name in a very Kentucky way. During the 19th century, river travelers loved the town's rabbit stew. So the name stuck. And the stew disappeared, but the town didn't. People here live slow. Mornings start with black coffee on creaky porches. News travels faster through gossip than any newspaper. And the general store? It's more than a store. It's the town square. The heart. The soul. By the 1990s, Rabbit Hash had become something of a local curiosity. Travelers wandered in and left confused, amused, or charmed. But one thing was clear. This town wasn't like anywhere else. It was in 1998 when someone no one remembers exactly who jokingly said, "We should elect a mayor." But Rabbit Hash didn't have a mayor, or a city council, or anything resembling traditional government. So why not? And then someone added, "Let's elect a dog." And that's when everything changed. The election started as a fundraiser. The Rabbit Hash Historical Society needed money to preserve the aging buildings. So they decided to hold a mayoral election where every dollar donated counted as a vote. Locals could nominate anyone. But in true Rabbit Hash fashion, every serious candidate was a dog. And the winner? A black Labrador named Goofy born in Calhoun. He wasn't the smartest, or the youngest, or even the best looking. But Goofy had charm. He was loyal, calm, and dignified, everything most politicians weren't. He stood outside the general store, wagging his tail, welcoming strangers. He didn't care who you voted for. He didn't raise taxes. He didn't tweet. He just showed up. Every day, rain or shine. Goofy became a legend, a symbol. The town fell in love. When he died, it was like losing a president. People left flowers. They wrote letters. They cried. But the town knew. The tradition couldn't die with Goofy. It had just begun. In 2004, Rabbit Hash held its second election. This time it wasn't just for laughs. People took it seriously. There were campaign posters, fundraisers, debates, sort of. And then came Junior. Junior Cochran was another black Labrador. Younger, sleeker, with a look in his eyes that said, "I will fight for your tennis balls." Junior won by a landslide. His opponent? A golden retriever with no real strategy. Junior's term was filled with glory. He attended events.
Met governors.
Posed for photo ops. He wore ties.
Hats. Sunglasses.
He was more popular than any politician within a 100-mile radius. But tragedy struck in 2008 when Junior died suddenly. The whole town mourned. Tourists sent condolence letters. Children cried. People said, "He was the best mayor we ever had." And they meant it. In 2008, Rabbit Hash shocked the world again. A female candidate entered the race. Lucy Liu, a Border Collie with fierce eyes and a no-nonsense attitude, ran on a platform of bitchiness in politics. She crushed the competition. Lucy wasn't just the first female mayor. She was the first to gain real international attention. BBC, The Huffington Post. Even Japan covered her story.
Lucy Liu met celebrities.
She had a social media presence. She raised more money for Rabbit Hash than any human ever could. And she became an icon for female empowerment.
A dog.
In a red bandana, who never once backed down. Then came February 13th, 2016. The night the town nearly died. At 9 p.m., smoke rose from the general store. By midnight, it was engulfed. Flames lit up the sky. Locals stood helpless as the heart of Rabbit Hash was reduced to ash. Everything was gone. The walls, the photos, the history. But Lucy Liu? She didn't flinch. She posed with a sign that read, "We will rebuild." Within weeks, thousands of dollars poured in. Donations came from all over the world. TV interviews, press conferences, more photos, more love. Lucy Liu led the charge. And within a year, the store stood again. Stronger than ever. The mayor had saved the town. Lucy retired in 2016. A new election was held. This time, the candidates included a donkey, a chicken, and several dogs. But the winner was a pit bull named Brynneth Pawltro. She was a rescue. Gentle, shy, misunderstood. And her election sent a message. Rabbit Hash doesn't judge based on looks, or breed, or history. Everyone deserves love. Brynneth helped promote adoption programs, rescue shelters, and dog training education. She was a symbol of second chances. And again, tourists flooded in to meet her. The town was thriving. In 2020, Wilbur Beast was elected. Another pit bull. Friendly. Lazy.
Adored.
Wilbur was different. He didn't seek fame. He napped through interviews. He drooled on tourists. But people loved him. He was authentic. And in the chaos of 2020, pandemics, protests, politics, Wilbur reminded everyone that kindness still existed. Even if it was covered in fur. You can laugh at Rabbit Hash. Many do. But maybe they're onto something.
No corruption. No scandal.
No broken promises. Just dogs.
Love.
And community. Maybe the best leadership isn't about ego, or power, or money. Maybe it's about showing up. Being kind. Offering comfort. Listening. Maybe, just maybe, a dog is better than a politician. Rabbit Hash didn't give up on democracy. They reinvented it. And they're still going. Stronger than ever. So the next time your town is torn apart by politics, ask yourself, would a golden retriever do a better job? Because in Rabbit Hash, the answer has always been yes. And they wouldn't have it any other way. If this story made you smile, laugh, or just think a little differently about the world, then do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. It helps this channel keep growing, and it tells me you want more stories that break the rules of what we think history should be. And if you know someone who needs a little hope, or just a laugh in this chaotic world, share this video with them. Because sometimes the most powerful leaders don't speak at all. They just wag their tails. Thanks for watching.